You were not built for comfort. Comfort is a slow death, a silent assassin that creeps into your mind and convinces you that mediocrity is acceptable. It whispers in your ear, telling you that it's okay to stay in bed a little longer, to avoid the pain, to seek the easy path. But that voice is lying. That voice is your enemy. And if you listen to it, you will never become the beast you were meant to be. Growth is forged in discomfort. Strength is built through suffering. If you want to evolve, if you want to break through your limitations, you must lean into the pain. You must run toward it, not away from it. The moment you feel discomfort creeping in, that is the exact moment you must push forward. That's where you separate yourself from the masses who quit when things get tough. They back away from the struggle, but you are not like them. You are built for more, for greatness. Pain is your teacher. Discomfort is your guide. Every great warrior, every dominant force in history has one thing in common. They did not avoid suffering. They sought it. They understood that pain is the fire that forges unbreakable strength. The difference between the strong and the weak is simple. The weak avoid the struggle, the strong embrace it. If you want to become something greater than you are now, you have to be willing to go where others won't. You have to endure what others fear. When most people stop, you push forward. When most people complain, you keep your mouth shut and grind. Too many people live their lives avoiding hardship, making excuses, waiting for the perfect moment to start. That moment will never come. There is no perfect time, there is only now. The body and mind are designed to adapt, to evolve, to overcome. But that only happens when they're pushed beyond their limits. Your limits are not real. They are a fabrication of your mind, a self-imposed prison that you must break free from. Every time you back down from pain, every time you choose comfort over challenge, you reinforce that prison. But every time you step forward, despite the discomfort, despite the doubt, you chip away at those walls, and eventually you break free. And once you break free, you become unstoppable. Nothing and no one can hold you back. When the discomfort sets in, when your muscles burn, when your lungs scream for air, when your mind tells you to stop, that is the moment you must push harder. That is the moment when most people quit, and that is the moment you must refuse to. Because on the other side of that pain is the version of yourself that you have never met. The beast that has been locked inside you is waiting. And it can only be released through suffering. It will not come to you through comfort. It will not be handed to you. You must earn it through relentless effort, through embracing the grind, through stepping into the fire willingly. Do you think champions wake up feeling comfortable? Do you think warriors rise with an easy road ahead of them? No. They wake up and they attack the day. They seek discomfort. They train when their body begs them to stop. They push when their mind says it's enough, because they know that the only way to level up, the only way to become unstoppable, is to embrace the pain, to make suffering a daily part of their existence, to become immune to the things that break other people. They refuse to be average, refuse to be ordinary. And that is what separates them from the rest. The mind is weak until it is trained. And training the mind requires suffering. It requires putting yourself in situations where you have no choice but to adapt and overcome. Every time you push past what you thought was possible, your mind expands. Your threshold for pain grows. Your ability to endure skyrockets. The more you suffer, the stronger you become. The more you suffer, the stronger you become. That's the price of greatness. Most people never reach their full potential because they allow discomfort to dictate their actions. The moment they feel resistance, they retreat. The moment they feel pain, they quit. That is why they stay average. That is why they never achieve what they are capable of. But if you are willing to suffer, if you are willing to push through the pain, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Because discomfort is temporary, but growth is permanent. And the longer you endure, the greater you become. Pain is the price you pay for greatness. There is no shortcut, no magic formula. It is simple. Suffer now, reap the rewards later. Every moment you spend in discomfort, every second you push past your limits, you are building the unbreakable foundation of a beast. You are conditioning yourself to thrive where others collapse. You are forging a mind that will not break, a will that will not bend, a body that will not quit. You are setting yourself apart. You are creating a legacy. When you wake up in the morning, discomfort should be your compass. Whatever scares you, whatever challenges you, whatever forces you to dig deep, that is exactly what you should be chasing. Because the things that make you uncomfortable are the things that make you grow. You must deliberately put yourself in situations that test you, that stretch you, that force you to evolve. That is how you become a beast. That is how you dominate. If you want to dominate, if you want to rise above the masses, you must embrace what others fear. You must do what others won't. Most people will never understand this. They will mock you. They will doubt you. They will tell you that you are crazy for pushing yourself so hard. Let them talk. Let them stay comfortable. While they stay the same, you will grow. While they break under pressure, you will thrive. While they make excuses, you will take action. That is the difference between a beast and the average person. The beast never settles. The beast never stops. You were not put on this earth to be average. You were not given this life to waste it in comfort. Every second you waste avoiding discomfort is a second you could have spent becoming stronger, faster, smarter, better. The choice is yours. Either embrace the pain and become unstoppable, or run from it and remain the same. But understand this, comfort will never bring you greatness. Only discomfort will. Only struggle will. Only suffering will. So, step into the fire. Welcome the suffering. Chase the pain. Become the beast you were meant to be. And never, ever look back. Motivation is a lie. It's a fleeting feeling, a momentary spark that fades when things get tough. You feel it when you watch an inspiring video, hear an emotional speech, or see someone else succeed. But what happens when the inspiration wears off? What happens when reality slaps you in the face? When the struggle gets real and there's no hype music, no crowd, no external force to push you forward. That's when most people quit. They tell themselves they're not feeling it today, that they'll try again tomorrow. That tomorrow never comes. Because the truth is, the ones who rely on motivation will never become anything more than spectators in their own lives. The difference between the weak and the unstoppable is self-discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, no matter how you feel. It's waking up before the sun rises, even when your body screams for more sleep. It's grinding through the pain, even when your mind begs you to stop. It's pushing forward with relentless intensity, even when there's no visible reward in sight. Discipline is the steel core that holds you together when everything else falls apart. Without it, you are nothing. Most people will never understand this because they've been conditioned to believe in comfort. Society tells them they should take it easy, that they deserve rest, that they should only do what they love. That's weak thinking. If you only do what you love, you'll never achieve anything worth remembering. The best in the world don't wait to feel good to take action. They take action regardless of how they feel. They wake up every day and attack their goals, not because they want to, but because they must. The mind is a battlefield, and most people lose the war before it even begins. They allow excuses to creep in to justify their failures. They tell themselves they're too tired, too old, too busy, but deep down, they know the truth. They lack discipline. Every excuse is an admission of weakness. Every time you let yourself off the hook, you reinforce the habit of quitting. And quitting, just like discipline, is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Before you know it, you built a life of regrets, a life of unfulfilled potential. It's time to break the cycle. It's time to destroy the excuses, to build unshakable discipline, and to become something greater than you ever imagined. This won't be easy. In fact, it will be the hardest thing you've ever done. Because real discipline isn't about one good day. It's about showing up day after day for years, even decades. It's about putting in the work when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when no one cares. It's about taking control of your own mind, mastering your emotions, and forging yourself into an unstoppable force. There is no shortcut to this. You can't fake discipline. Either you put in the work or you don't. Either you wake up and execute or you don't. Either you suffer now or you suffer later when you realize you wasted your life. The choice is yours. But understand this, the ones who are truly disciplined, the ones who live by an unbreakable code, will always dominate the ones who rely on motivation. Because motivation fades, but discipline is forever. The process is brutal, but so is life. If you want to rise above the mediocrity that surrounds you, if you want to become something more than the average, soft, excuse-making person, you must embrace the grind. Wake up early, train when you don't want to, study when your mind wants to wander, do the work when you're exhausted, make discipline your religion. Every day is an opportunity to prove to yourself who you are. The weak wait for motivation, the strong create their own momentum. The question is, which one are you? Become a beast. Because the world belongs to those who do not quit. The world belongs to those who don't wait for permission. The world belongs to those who choose discipline over motivation every single day. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how much pain you endure, stay the course. Execute, rise, dominate, and never, ever stop. Every single day, the person staring back at you in the mirror holds the key to your success or your failure. That reflection is the truth, unfiltered and raw. It doesn't care about your excuses, your past, or your circumstances. It reveals exactly who you are in this moment. The problem is, most people look away. They avoid the truth because it hurts. It reminds them of the discipline they lacked, the opportunities they wasted, the lies they told themselves. But if you want to become a beast, if you want to forge a mind that cannot be broken, you must confront that reflection and hold yourself accountable. Accountability is brutal. It does not allow you to sugarcoat your weaknesses or hide behind distractions. It demands honesty. That mirror will expose your laziness, your lack of consistency, your failure to execute. It will show you every excuse you've ever made. And if you're not willing to face it, you'll never rise beyond the level of mediocrity. But when you decide to truly look at yourself, to own every flaw, every shortcoming, that's when the transformation begins. Most people live their lives trapped by their own illusions. They tell themselves they are working hard, but deep down they know they are not pushing their limits. They say they want success, but their actions tell a different story. They dream of becoming unstoppable, yet their habits are weak. Their discipline is non-existent. They refuse to see the problem because the truth is uncomfortable. But you cannot conquer what you refuse to confront. That mirror is not your enemy, it is your greatest weapon. It will tell you exactly where you need to improve but only if you have the courage to listen. When you stand in front of that mirror, strip away all the justifications, all the distractions, all the lies. Call yourself out. Say it out loud. I am not working hard enough. I am not disciplined enough. I am not doing what it takes. Let those words sink in. Let them cut deep. The moment you admit the truth, you gain the power to change it. Because now there is no more hiding. No more pretending. No more blaming others. It's on you. And that's the best thing that could ever happen. Because if it's on you, that means you can fix it. You can sharpen your discipline. You can raise your standards. You can outwork, outlast, and outfight the weak version of yourself. The process of accountability is not comfortable. It will force you to see just how much time you've wasted, how much potential you've ignored. It will make you realize that the person you are today is not the person you were meant to become. And that realization will either destroy you or ignite you. Those who are weak will turn away, unable to face themselves. But those who are ready to become beasts will stare into that mirror and say, enough. No more excuses, no more wasting time, no more being soft. The world does not reward those who lie to themselves. It does not hand success to those who are afraid of the truth. The world belongs to those who are willing to endure the pain of honesty, who use that pain as fuel to drive them forward. It belongs to those who take that reflection and say, I will be better. I will train harder. I will outwork every single doubt in my mind. Every morning, that mirror is waiting for you. It does not care about your past, your failures, or your excuses. It cares about one thing. What are you going to do today? Will you step up? Will you be relentless? Will you chase your potential with everything you've got? Or will you keep lying to yourself, keep hiding from the truth, keep settling for less than you are capable of? The choice is yours. The mirror is your test, your battlefield, your moment of reckoning. Face it, own it, conquer it, and become the beast you were meant to be. You want to become a beast? Then it is time to stop living in a world of comfort, because comfort is the enemy. Comfort softens the mind, weakens the body, and turns the soul into something fragile, something that breaks at the first sign of adversity. If you want to be great, if you want to achieve something beyond the ordinary, you have to do something most people will never do. You have to callous your mind. You have to harden it like steel, forge it through suffering, and build an unshakable foundation that no hardship can break. The mind is like the body. If you don't push it, if you don't test its limits, it remains weak. Just like muscles break down and rebuild stronger under stress, the mind must be put through pain, through struggle, through suffering, so that it can grow beyond what you thought was possible. But most people avoid pain. Most people turn away from discomfort. They seek the easy path, the road that requires no sacrifice. And because of that, they remain weak. They remain fragile. They remain ordinary. You weren't born to be ordinary. You weren't placed on this earth to drift through life without ever seeing what you're truly capable of. There is something deep inside you, a fire that refuses to die, but it will never ignite if you continue to protect yourself from adversity. That fire needs to be fed with suffering, with relentless discipline, with an obsession for growth. It needs to be fueled by the constant pursuit of your own limits. Every time you step into the pain, every time you take another step forward when everything inside you wants to quit, you are forging something unbreakable. You are creating a mind that does not waver, a mind that does not break, a mind that does not quit. Most people live inside a bubble of comfort. They surround themselves with excuses, with distractions, with reasons why they can't push harder. They tell themselves they need rest, that they need balance, that they need to take it easy. And that's exactly why they stay the same. That's exactly why they never evolve. But you want more. You don't want to wake up years from now filled with regret because you never pushed yourself beyond what was comfortable. You don't want to look back and realize that you wasted your potential, that you let fear and doubt hold you back. The only way to escape mediocrity is to embrace pain. Run when you don't want to. Work when you're exhausted. Push yourself past the limits you thought existed. When your body says stop, your mind must say, not yet. When the pain sets in, when every muscle in your body is screaming for relief, when your mind is begging you to quit, that's the moment you must push harder. That's the moment you must go further, because on the other side of that pain is growth. On the other side of that suffering is the version of yourself that you were meant to be. This isn't about motivation. Motivation is weak. It fades, it disappears the moment things get tough. This is about discipline. This is about creating a mindset so strong that it doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter if you're tired, if you're in pain, if the world is against you. You still show up. You still do the work. You still push forward. That's what separates those who become beasts from those who remain weak. That's what separates those who succeed from those who spend their lives wondering what could have been. You have to train your mind to embrace suffering. You have to wake up every day with a purpose, with a drive, with an obsession to be better than you were yesterday. You have to make pain your ally, your weapon, your tool for growth. The more you suffer, the more you grow. The more you push, the stronger you become. Every challenge, every setback, every failure is an opportunity to callous your mind, to harden it so that nothing, no obstacle, no pain, no hardship can ever break you. This world will try to break you. Life will throw everything it has at you. It will test you, push you, beat you down until you feel like you can't go on. But that's the moment when you have to rise. That's the moment when you have to dig deep and refuse to quit. Because in that moment, you are transforming. You are evolving. You are becoming something greater. Most people will never understand this. They will never push themselves hard enough to know what it feels like to be truly unstoppable. They will never experience the power of a mind that refuses to break. But you will, because you are willing to do what they won't. You are willing to suffer, to sacrifice, to go beyond the limits of what you thought was possible. And once you do, once you truly callous your mind, once you forge yourself into something unbreakable, nothing will stand in your way. No challenge will be too great. No setback will be too devastating. No failure will be the end of you. Because you will always rise. You will always push forward. You will always fight for what you want, no matter what it takes. So stop waiting. Stop making excuses. Stop living inside the comfort that is holding you back. Step into the fire. Embrace the suffering. Push yourself harder than you ever have before, because the only way to become a beast is to endure what others won't. The only way to become unbreakable is to go through the pain that others avoid. The only way to truly callous the mind is to suffer again and again until there is nothing left in this world that can break you. Become a beast, become unstoppable, and never, ever quit.